lead of the World Fair Chemistry D3.2 project to create a training package for chemists relative to FAIR and the FAIR principles. What you can see on the screen here is a prototype of a website we have designed to help translate the FAIR principles into what chemists need to do to make their data fair or fairer in a general sense. The IUPAC FAIR Chemistry Cookbook is currently in a prototype version with some example files to show the types of contents that we're going to populate to help the community understand what they can do to make their data fair. As an example, let me go and click on one of the sample recipes we've made available, which in this case allows users to see how they can search the Opsyn API using the scripting language Python. Opsyn is a site that allows chemists to be able to translate chemical names, IUPAC chemical names specifically, into INCHI keys and INCHI strings, the international identifier format for chemical substances. The page that's generated is a text page for the user to read, with a lot of information and notes about what the code does to kind of helps explain what's going on for those not so familiar with Python. But in addition, this page can actually be used in an interactive way by launching it into either Binder or Google Colab. I have an example of this up here on Binder. As you can see, the same information is present on this page, but this is a Jupyter notebook which allows you to actually execute the code that's in the page. So if I start running the individual steps of this Python Jupyter notebook, what we first do is load all of the packages that are needed for running the code below, and then when we get down to the step 2 here, the code that is in this block will then execute when I click run, and as you can see, the code actually goes out to the Opsyn website, does a search for a particular chemical compound, and retrieves in the JSON format identifier information that is provided by that particular service. And so this is a nice way to show off the functionality of a site like this to the chemistry community so that they can get more familiar with the idea of being able to use code and scripting to go get additional information for their research. And so we plan on expanding this significantly in the next few months, and the intent is to launch this site formally by the end of 2023.